Knott Ave Christian Church, or KACC, began December the 9th, 1956 at this location. When members of Long Beach First Christian Church believed that it was time to plant a church and spread the gospel to Orange County, California, a fast-growing community of young people. Hello, my name is John Eng, Knott Ave Christian Church, Historical Archives, 1956 to 2016.
And I'm Eric Freeman, the other half of this project. A lot has changed since 22 people met here in a small farmhouse almost 60 years ago. The one thing that hasn't changed, though, is the church's belief that the inerrant Word of God can be found in the Holy Bible even today. So let's go inside and see what's been going on.
Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of His Spirit, washed in His blood.
The location of the church is provided by Mrs. Helen Lynn. Knott Ave Christian Church was a church plant by Long Beach First Christian Church, who provided funds to purchase the Lynn property. The first day of worship was December 9th, 1956. On that day, there were 22 people, and they met at the Lynn farmhouse. Jack Bull was the first minister at the new Knott Ave Christian Church until mid-1959.
My name is Jack Bull. It all began when Mrs. Helen Lynn donated the 3.5 acres of property in Orange County to the First Christian Church in Long Beach with specification that a new church should be established there. The eldership of Long Beach First Christian called me to move onto the property and help in establishing the new congregation. Knott Avenue at that time was a 2-lane road with about 60 or 70 foot eucalyptus trees along the roadway on our property. So when we held our first service on December 9, 1956 at 2:30 p.m. in the house where Helen Lynn and her husband had lived, there were 125 people present. Many of them were well-wishers from First Christian Church in Long Beach and First Christian Church in Anaheim. But we met in the afternoons for the following few Sundays. On the property was the house that we lived in, a garage, a barn, and a chicken coop. And we began immediately to renovate the barn and the chicken coop and the garage so that we could hold services in them. There was a lot of work done, and even after we moved into the barn and chicken coop, on rainy days or foggy days, we could still be reminded by the aroma that it was in fact a barn and a chicken coop. We held our first service and opened the charter membership on the 1st of January in 1957. And we began holding the services with the adults, Sunday school class in the barn, the nursery in the house, the young people in the chicken coop, and the children had classes in the garage.
We're Dave and Evelyn Brown, and we've been attending Knott Avenue Church since 1957. And the reason we can remember that so well is my middle son was born that year. So it's whatever age he is, that's how long we've been at the church. And being there, we witnessed a lot of changes. A lot of things happened. In fact, we went to our first church was held in a farmhouse on the property, and then we moved down to the barn after that, and continued to grow. The church continued to grow all the time. Our first minister was what was his name? Owen?
Jack Bull.
Oh, Jack Bowles. Yeah, Jack Bowles was our first. And he just passed away here about a year or so ago. And
You were the
yeah, in a church that small, everybody had to do something. And in fact, I served in just about every capacity there, from elder to deacon to treasurer to missions chairman. And for several years, I even ran the junior church, which meets in our fellowship hall now, or met in fellowship hall at that time. And but in the last 10 years in over there, we also go to the Young at Heart, which meets on Tuesday mornings. She's got a shirt. I do too, but it doesn't show too well. But
and it's growing really good. I know when we first came, I was in charge of the nursery, and I had to ask for volunteers to sit in there. And I was a Sunday school teacher, and first grades, and then I promoted up to the third grade. And so anyway, I was. It's grown so much, and we've had a lot of ups and downs in the church, but we stick to it because we love this church very much, and we want to serve it as long as we can. And we're in our 80s now, but we're still trying to serve. He makes crosses and gives them out, and
yeah, I make the crosses, which are about so high, and they've got a metal rod in the bottom so you can stick them in the ground. And I've made.
Hi, my name is Kathy Lee, and my maiden name is Summerall. My family started going here, if my mom remembers, back in December of 59 when we started here, so I was 3 years old. My mom tells a story when she was a young girl at Long Beach First Christian Church. She came here to visit the family, the Lynns, that owned their property. They had a huge farm. And she used to come as a young girl, and they didn't have any kids. So they would invite kids from Long Beach First Christian Church one at a time, and they would come and churn butter and collect the eggs, and she would ride the farm horse, and she felt like she was going to fall off. But after a while, they sold their property, but they would come back and visit every once in a while, and because they didn't have kids, they would plant a tree for their anniversary. And they would come back and visit and say, oh, this tree is just gone. This anniversary tree is gone, and that anniversary tree is gone. So I think that's why the pepper tree is so important. It has a lot of history. It's just not a tree that was planted. It was planted in honor of one of the Lynns' anniversaries. So we started here in 59. I was 3, and I had a younger brother and a younger sister who was just born, and then we had 2 more born after that, so I'm the oldest of 5. My aunt and uncle started here with my 3 cousins, and my grandma Ruby, the Summerall Peyton matriarch. She also came here.
This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior.